post-screening discussion. I am Danny Bernardo. I am the client liaison and social media manager here at Catalyst Ranch. When we divvy out the assignments for our in-house marketing events, I was like, I have to have this one because I'm a huge geek. When Ryan's company Harmony Joyride did our virtual tour, and when they were telling us about this project, I was like, oh my god, how awesome is that? I was actually emailing Jake from New York Comic Con going, all right, so we're gonna get the RSVPs up, and so it's quite exciting to actually be here amongst you guys because that was really, really cool to watch. So I'm gonna have
thanks everybody for coming out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm gonna have everyone go down the line and introduce themselves.
I'm Jake Jarvie. I write and direct the show.
I'm
Jen as well.
Oh, that's you.
I'm Eliza Tozer. I'm Virginia, and I also do some production work.
I'm Craig, and I say the words that he writes.
Sometimes.
I say my own words.
I'm Ryan Wolf. I'm the director of photography, and I do some of the special effects.
And produce.
And sort of.
My name.
I'm Leo, and I'm the technical director for PoPS, and I do the sort of 3D special effects.
Like the building explosion.
Yeah.
Or me being cubed.
I'm Chris Davis, and I just hang out with these guys sometimes.
Yeah, he's on set all the time, and he was also Brian the moderator. You might not look
Yeah, and the bartender.
And the
bartender. And Ryan was in the mediocrity team.
He's one of the meth lab guys. Oh, yeah. He's like all over this thing.
Ryan was the captain of the mediocre team.
Oh, yeah. I guess that was my most important role.
Staring luridly at Virginia.
So I just want to start the conversation with Jake. What inspired you to create PoPS?
Yeah, well, we always were making stuff anyway all the time. We did a show about a group of people in a nursery, and that we stopped doing. And then we started. I was looking for a new project. I was watching a lot of Smallville. I was watching some Lost. I know it doesn't look like Lost at all. Where's the island?
Yeah.
There's a smoke monster in there, though. No, I'm just kidding. It's not a smoke monster. It's not a smoke monster. Don't even call it.
Different thing.
It's a blob monster.
Completely different thing. And so I was just watching those two shows, and I thought, normal people with superpowers. Yeah, I can steal that.
Well, it's much better than Smallville.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm also not a big DC fan, so I'm like, oh,
Yikes.
Smallville, bad. Yikes.
Yeah.
No, but you're okay. PoPS is great.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Awesome. So what was the process like for you guys? Like, coming on board. Because Virginia, you're on both sides of the table, as is Jake. What's the process of filming and creating this series like for everybody?
Yeah.
Just one shot at a time. I mean, we do it most of the time after work and on weekends. A lot of really long weekends.
It started out in the first episode we shot that like over a weekend.
Yeah.
1 week.
Yeah.
Which was kind of
2
like,
days
But
in
then
one
we had
location.
to do a pickup.
Yeah,
We had to do a pickup because it was like 15 minutes long altogether, so we need a little bit more.
I feel like that was sort of the plan from the beginning, is to kind of like, have a little project that we do on the weekends, and then it kind of...
If I would have known what it became, I don't know if I would agree to it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No, he sends out an email with a list of dates and places to be, and I look at that and I think, well, I can make like 5 of those, and then show up and we shoot it for a day or so.
Yeah. And it's just like a couple hours of shooting while we argue. And no, I'm just kidding. It's gotten really fairly easy on set. I mean, I type up my whole shot list, and we just go through the shot list, grabbing the shots. That's it.
Really, as a group, we really coalesced into a unit.
The days have gotten longer, though. There's less, about the same shoot days, but the days are just, 18 hours now.
Yeah, at least. Well, the better the cameras get, the longer it takes.
The more work we have to do.
Absolutely.
It's still fun though.
Yes.
Yeah, it is fun.
Well, are there any favorite moments that you guys had over? You've been filming this for like, how long? You've been doing this for a year or 2 years?
Like 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
There has to be
In
some.
February of 2009, we started filming the first episode.
Yeah.
So are there any like favorite fun moments on set, off set?
One moment, it was for episode 7. I don't know if I can talk about it.
Spoiler alert! Here, Craig.
It's the moment
Yeah,
that.
you can talk about it.
Thank you. He reads my mind.
Yeah.
There was an episode where someone had to do a stunt and Jake filled in for him.
Oh, okay.
And it demanded
It was Tommy's stuff, and he kept. This is Tommy Martin. He's precious at the end of the episode.
He's got a bigger role than Seven.
Yeah, a much bigger role in 7.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But there's a, I won't give any spoilers away, but you demanded to stand in and do a ridiculous stunt.
Well, okay. First of
Nobody-
all, Tommy's not getting paid for this action, all right? So if somebody was gonna get hurt,
And
I
they
figured it should be me.
They were going to get
Yeah,
hurt.
but
It was gonna be fun.
But then we were all like, no, it doesn't even have to be done that way. You don't have to do that.
You
We'll
always
see.
wanted to get hurt. You're like, we can do this with like
You just want
MX
to
stuff. You're like,
bounce
no, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. with
We
the
were
smack.
all very nervous, and we eventually made him
They were all very nervous.
use a mattress. Yeah.
Yeah. It's yet to be seen how the mattress gets removed.
Yeah.
Right.
No, you know him by now.
Anyway, so that was good.
Oh, really quick, so while there's law, let's introduce Carla.
Hi, sorry.
Hey.
Oh, yes. Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
John
Hi.
Sebastian.
I didn't know how you guys were doing the introduction,
Yeah.
so.
It's like, it take like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all talked about our background.
Nice.
Studying Meisner, we did some viewpointing, it was great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm Carla and I play Sebastian. Hi.
Yay!
And we're talking about favorite moments on set right now.
Yeah. Do you have any?
Favorite moment? The whole thing, or the whole thing is actually amazing. I can't wait to see that. Every moment is an amazing moment on set.
Wow. You're hired.
You're not gonna die some crazy death of this ending season.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of the fun moments have just been. Okay, I really like shooting action, and it takes forever to do, like the meth lab stuff. That was a. Actually, it wasn't. It was like a
3 days.
That was
Yeah,
fun.
oh, it's
3
yeah,
days.
okay, so 3 days.
That was fun because we got to shoot BB guns.
Yeah, so all the
Class.
meth lab
That
equipment
was
that
fun.
is breaking, we set up like this wall of cardboard boxes to not ruin the guy's apartment, and then like we were just shooting BB guns to break all that apart, and then of course like adding flame and stuff.
I didn't get to do the BB gun part.
No, because you
weren't
you're a very busy guy.
But that whole scene was very fun, but also very nerve-wracking, especially when I punched the guy and he goes flying into the hallway. Thought he was totally gonna hurt himself.
That dude, his name first of all is, check it, Levinix Riddle is his real name. So like, and so Craig just like, I was like, okay Craig, get up and punch him. We had in the hallway just this little blow up mattress that everyone keeps using for some reason. And then, so he gets up and he goes and Vinny just like, launches himself. That's just him jumping.
Yeah, there was no computer effects there.
That's him jumping backwards.
It's amazing.
Like it doesn't look real, but before the effects, that's exactly how he did it. It just threw his body. It looked like he was getting pulled. Like
Yeah.
his whole body just goes out, and he flew. We put the mattress like 5 feet away from him inside the hallway. He flew past it, actually.
Yeah.
The majority landed on it, but his head.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
head actually landed.
His stunt coordinator had to catch his head. It was amazing.
And that's why they all sign waivers now. We learn over and over.
Absolutely.
Lessons learned over 3 years.
Actually, and as far as favorite moments, I'm sorry, Craig. As far as favorite moments go, 7, which you have not seen, is better because we shot it in the summer. Every episode before that was shot in winter, and it's a miserable experience shooting outside. You can see our breath a lot of the time.
I feel like I have more least favorite moments that
Yeah.
that stick
Those
in
are the ones
memory.
that stick, yeah, because the rest is just fun.
Well, the whole the gun scene in the forest was incredibly cold and rainy.
It was
raining.
Yeah.
It was miserable.
Basically
My
rain
feet
the
for the
entire
majority
time.
of outside this.
And I had a gun pointed at my face.
A real gun.
A real one, yeah.
Feel very unloaded.
Good stuff.
I practice gun safety.
Does anyone have any questions for everybody here?
I just, actually, I have 2 things. First, as a fellow Firefly fan, thank you for putting the loose sun in the back of the comic book scene.
Sure. Yeah.
But 2, the super groups therapy session is genius. And I would love to know some of your process and how you came up with that scene. That's just, it's one of the best things I've seen written in anything.
Wow.
It's just a really well-written scene.
You're hired.
I'm
Well,
fired.
actually, the funny thing is that that's one of the earliest, like, conceptualized scenes in the series. Like, when we first got together, I wrote the pilot, and then after that, we got together in Brian's backyard, and we're just like, here's what's going to happen in these episodes, and everything's changed since then, except for there should be a superhero meet and greet. because as we were putting together PoPS, Ryan and Brad, our friend Brad and Matt was there.
Yeah.
Craig was
I was
there,
involved a
actually,
little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
They were shooting this other thing called Ozark Cousins. You can find it on YouTube if you look, it's great. And they, well, on the set for that, they made up their own superheroes and they called themselves the Mediocrity.
Yeah.
And that was their character.
Yeah, so Craig was actually an original member of the Mediocrity team, but obviously there was a little
What was my
your superpower was that you had anything that anyone can need at your apartment. So you had like a complete.
But it wasn't organized or something?
Well, the weakness was that you had, even though you had a complete music collection,
Oh, yeah.
your knowledge of music did not go beyond Leonard Skinner. The idea was everyone has a super weakness that like totally negates their superpower. So I don't know, maybe a spin-off series someday. We'll see.
Yeah. And then super sorority, just, you know, gotta get a bunch of girls in short skirts. If you're gonna have nobody else dress up, there has to be one group with a costume, and then Steven Man, right there. His costume, they actually, the Steven Man, well, Carlin designed the costume, but that hat with the eyes cut out, she originally pitched me that for Donald's costume.
And you looked at me like I was crazy.
Because
and then I got my chance.
Yeah, because it was crazy,
It
and
was.
you wore it well.
Put the glasses through it.
Yeah, the
glasses.
I don't even remember you being there. I only remember your character being there.
I'm a method actor.
Did you get out of the costume? I think you were in it.
I mean, I think what it was like, I mean, I wore the shirt and then it was just like a jacket and the hat was just kind of like itchy and like sweaty because I had it on for like
all day.
hours. So
That was a long day. That was like a 12-hour
Right
day.
after a long night that happened right before that.
Yeah, I didn't schedule that.
Oh yeah,
We're still figuring out scheduling.
That's
a work in progress.
I think I look like my eyes are red in that scene, like I just woken up
Yeah,
because
we all.
my band played the night before.
No, actually, you had just gotten back from
No.
tour,
Oh.
and your band played the night after we shot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was
Just
the
a huge show.
Buckminster show.
Somebody proposed to somebody at that show.
Oh.
Yeah, it's massive. But yeah, no, it was a good time.
When you guys sleep.
I'm actually asleep right now.
That's how he accomplishes so much. Yeah. No,
I don't know.
just.
In a lot of the scenes with Sebastian, she has like the other versions of herself, and she like interacts with them. So how does that work? Like, how do you film stuff like that?
Well, it's not easy. It takes some planning on Jake's part to kind of like block out where we're supposed to be. There's been a few scenes where I have to wear an earpiece in order to have a conversation with myself and have someone talking back. And that's also, I think, maybe even makes it harder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think we stopped using that. But
We
it's
have
no
to
shot.
really-
We keep trying anything that might work.
Eliza reads the lines a lot and sometimes wears a
People
wig,
give
so,
me,
yeah.
you've stood in for me before.
Oh,
Many times. Somehow it just all comes together. I don't know how you do it, Jake, but
You just got, it's just a lot of.
There's that one shot. Was it from episode 4 where there's like all three of them walk through the.
That's five.
That's five.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
all three of them walk through the apartment at the same time. I mean, that's amazing. Don't you have like a tutorial for that?
Yeah, there's like
That was ridiculous.
also
Yeah.
on the also on the Pineapple Boy Films channel. We do updates every week, and I'm actually going to want to, before everybody leaves, nobody take off, I want to do an update with everybody in it. But there's one episode called Cloning Carlin, and if you watch just the last update, there's a link to the Cloning Carlin update in it. And that time, how it worked.
oh, is that the scene where I have to climb on
You
the
crawled
floor?
before, yeah. Her feet kept coming in the shot.
We had to do it over and over again, because her head kept coming up in the frame. But she walks out of the bedroom at the end of 5 there, when the 4 of us come in, and the 2 Sebastians
Only
are
coming
walking out.
from the meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the meet and greet.
Yeah.
So Carlin, the shot starts with Carlin walking out, and we shot that with us. And the 3 of us come up, and the other Carlin is replaced. We did her separately. But then to get the other Carlin, because the shot pans back, and Carlin comes out again.
Meaning, he decided to do this all in one take.
You
It was
try to
a
make this,
long
like,
It's one
Hard
shot
scene.
and a moving shot too. It's a
Yeah.
tracking shot.
A one-take tracking. So in order to make that happen, then to have the other Sebastian come out,
While we're doing our dialogue, there's just
I'm
enough
crawling
time.
She's
on
already
the floor
crawling under the
underneath
camera.
them while they're acting, And yes, my feet kept getting in the way. It was really hard to do because there was a camera there as well, and I couldn't shake it.
It was on the tripod,
Because
yeah.
it had been
The floor was
straight shot.
creaking too as you were throwing.
Yeah,
And then I had to come out like nothing had happened.
It was
being
really fun. I don't know if it's
another
coming off.
It was fun for us. I
Oh,
didn't
I love, yeah, it was great. Everything that you make me do is great, Jake. I always end up with like bruises on my knees.
Yep.
I have to crawl in the dirt, as you saw.
What do you see her in episode 7?
Oh my god.
She didn't get hurt though.
No, everybody else
Sure I
did.
did.
Yeah.
Actually, when I fought if we're talking about injuries and stuff,
Yeah.
the episode 2 when I fought the guy that I blind eventually, there was a moment where he uppercuts me and I dodge it and I felt it graze my beard. That was the closest I've ever been punched in the face.
The beard's okay.
Yeah, I had to go to the doctor.
So you don't have actual
Stitches.
story.
Yeah.
PST.
You never actually got hurt. You don't.
No.
You got nothing.
No, I would never.
Alright.
I would quit.
Alright, we got time for a couple more questions.
Is it easy to get all the locations and actors you need, or is that an issue?
Easy would not be the word that I would use.
No, it's we've pretty much gone through everybody we know
Yeah.
and all of the locations that we have access to.
Everybody's
Everybody's house
We know
and, yeah.
several times over. People have been multiple characters.
We used their place. That's Evangeline and Rob. Those are our friends. We used Ashley's place. We used her place.
They have a new one now.
Yeah, now they
Yeah,
moved,
yeah.
so we get to use their place.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's great when someone moves because that's like a new location.
Yeah, our
Yeah.
producer Tim. We've used 2 of his apartments.
Caitlin's apartment.
Caitlin's place.
Yeah.
We've used for a
Twice.
few locations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different
And,
angles,
yeah, her
different
house
place.
and her apartment.
Your
It's
basement.
really the hardest, one of the hardest parts. And then just the cast has gotten big enough, way bigger than it's even been so far. It's gotten so big that it's like really hard getting everybody together. But it's worth it. Right?
Also, the locations though, what did you guys do for like episode 7 had more locations that weren't just houses and stuff.
Yeah.
So that, how was that?
Well, the thing is, like, the more the show goes out there, the more subscribers we get, the more people kind of just know, or the more people hear about us. And then a few locations have actually just kind of come to my email box. They've just like been emails to my website. They're just like, hey man, I see your show, it's awesome. I have this crazy abandoned warehouse. You want to use it? And I'm like, yeah, but I want to use your
Yes,
warehouse.
yes, Ranger, I'd like to go to your abandoned warehouse.
Yes, and I go by myself first to make sure everything's okay. I took the fall for you, even though you don't want me to. I go to the crazy abandoned warehouse by myself.
Yeah, we all have like cancer now for shooting in there, but
Yep, cancer
it was
forever.
worth it.
In one of your updates, you talked about like how you had to get all these crazy props and how you had to find like how it was awkward trying to get like the Nazi flag. Yeah, it was like the other thing that was like really, where it was just like really funny and where no one understood what you were doing, but like it made sense in your mind, but not in everyone else's.